They have served their time. I told you the other
They have
day.
not served their time. Their
They
time
have
is life in
served a lot
prison.
of time.
Time.
That does
Yeah,
not mean that they have served their time.
Yeah.
Retry their case. They should come out.
This is a story of family, fortune, and fatal consequences. A story that stunned the world. The Menendez brothers. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Winnie, and today we'll be talking about the movie, The Menendez Brothers. I feel like I have to give my 2 cents on. I am here with
Dorothy
and
Wow.
and Dorothy came on my channel to give their 2 cents about Lyle and Erik Menendez. We actually saw this movie together. It was debatable. We had different opinions about it. And trust me, I had to make out time to create this video so you guys can also give your 2 cents about it. If you haven't seen this movie, please do watch it before giving your opinion on this video. It's so confusing to me. At first, seeing this movie, like when they had the flashbacks, I had different opinions about it. I mean, coming from an African home where we have parents that actually disciplined us the way Jose Menendez did, this is my opinion. He wanted the best for them. He wanted them to go to an Ivy League school. Honestly, I wish I went to an Ivy League school. I never knew what an Ivy League school meant until I think some time ago, I had conversation with my sister in passing. I was like, oh, I wish I could do my master's in Cambridge. She laughed out loud. She was like, it's not even about, Dorothy is actually laughing right now. It's not even about having the money to go to this school. It's about having that academic excellence, if you know what I mean. I was interested in this, so I picked up my phone, went to Google, typed Ivy League schools. I saw the likes of Princeton, Yale, Oxford. So seeing this movie, Jose Menendez, making it mandatory for Lyle Menendez to actually go to Princeton, it made me realize that the dad actually wanted the best for him, again, in my opinion. Because I know most African homes, you see our dad telling us, oh, you need to have certain score in your JAM, you need to go to a good federal university, you need to go to the best private school. So tell me, what's the difference between what Jose Menendez did by making sure Lyle Menendez actually went to Princeton and what our African parents do? So I don't blame Jose Menendez wanting his son to get the best out of academic. Jose Menendez had 2 sons. On the other hand, Erik Menendez wanted to be a model. His dad wanted him to go to this UCLA athletic stuff. I mean, who would not want the best for their child? I don't blame the man, if you ask me. There's a particular scene in that movie where he actually started massaging his son's feet. I mean, Erik. He was trying to tell him he has to sign up for the UCLA stuff. He actually saw his modeling pictures, brought it out, showed it to him. I felt that emotion, like I felt that scene. I am not saying being a model is not all that, but imagine coming from an African home where your dad is a doctor, your mom is a lawyer. I don't know, it just works that way in sync. You see the dad wanting his son to be wanting to take that family trend. Oh, my son is a pharmacist, my son is an engineer. It doesn't just work the other way. It happens, but rarely. What do you guys think? Do you think Jose Menendez and Kitty Menendez deserved to die? Like, do you think Lyle and Erik were justified for shooting their parents?
In my opinion, there is no justification for murder.
Okay.
So no matter what was committed, I think the only justification for murder is if one murders another. I mean, you use the sword, you die by the sword. That is the only justification for murder.
Yeah.
An eye for an eye. I am strongly of the opinion for that. There is no justification for murder because the reason they gave for killing
Yeah.
their parents did not murder them, though they said they thought their parents was going to murder them and they just had to go first in self-defense. I mean, I just believe those boys were lying because if they actually thought their parents were going to murder them, they could have gone to the police.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
they could have, even if they did not want to go to the police because they were trying to like protect the family name.
Yeah.
They had elder aunties and all of that. I felt the guys were lying and they were not justified for killing their parents.
Wow. But I mean, you have a different opinion about this. I think you told me a few days ago, and I actually argued with you. Can you just Say what you
First,
feel.
I would say there is no justification for killing anybody at all.
Yeah.
If you have to, it has to be reflex, like self-defense.
Okay.
There is no reason to walk into a room and just kill
So,
someone.
excuse me, are you trying to tell me that if somebody kills another,
Mm-hmm.
the person is supposed to leave and be free?
It is not in your place to kill
I am not
someone because
saying
they
it's in my
believe
place
or
to kill someone.
Mm-hmm.
I am asking you a direct question.
Question.
Now,
if
let us
someone
imagine
kills
it is
someone.
very easy to say there is no justification for murder when it has not affected you directly. I
Exactly.
remember telling Dorothy that yes, people are now coming forward to say the guy should be released, the guy should be released.
Mm.
The only reason I'm going to be in support of that is because they killed their parents, not another.
Yeah.
So if it was another person they killed, I would have preferred for them to be on the death row. Probably by now they would have taken their death sentence and die. Yes, you have to. If you live by the sword, you have to die
Yeah.
by the sword.
Yeah.
Because you have to look at when you're talking about things like murder, rape, and some sensitive issue. You do not have to like take it so far. You have to bring it closer to you. What if this thing happened to me? What if it happened to someone close to me? I don't think anybody would kill someone close to me
Let me
and
finish.
I would, sorry, excuse me, I don't think someone will kill someone close to me and I
Yeah.
will go to court and tell the person, oh yes, you should not die, maybe you should spend the rest of your life in prison. No, I'm going to tell you that I forgive you and I want to send you to God for God to also forgive you.
Wow.
Like yes, your
Wow.
family
Now
has
we
to
are
feel
talking
the
about
pain you make me feel.
the question
Okay.
was, is there any justification for
Yeah.
killing their parents? And I'm just starting off by saying there is no justification for that. There was no justification.
Okay, for killing
And
their
there still
parents,
will
not
Yeah.
be
for murder.
justification
Okay.
for killing anybody just like that. Do you get?
Oh,
Except
that
in
is our opinion.
self-defense.
Yeah.
Now, these two brothers, like you said, they said they went through abuse and there have been evidence and
Yeah.
all that.
I mean, they claimed the dad was abusive. I mean, they
And that
felt,
was the last resort.
yeah, and it was, they, I feel like they had to put that out there like a legitimate defense, right? Okay.
Justification for them murdering their parents.
Mm-hmm.
But the only reason I would justify another person being killed is if the person kills someone. I mean, if you
Yeah.
have the mind enough to kill somebody, you should be ready to die.
Me, I was talking based on what she asked
Oh,
because their
okay.
parents did not kill anybody that we know of.
No,
Yeah.
no,
So
no,
I'm
I'm not
just saying
that is why I
based-
said it would have been so easy for them to have put them on the death row and actually giving them that sentence because who they killed did not kill anybody. They
Anybody.
killed somebody, so they should equally die.
Yeah.
So I do not think that they
But,
are
but,
justified.
but, do you think it was like a calculated excuse for them to get away with what they did?
Excuse. I don't know if I'll call it an excuse if it happened. An
Okay.
excuse. I'll call it an excuse or just something to say to get away with the murder.
Yeah.
But if it actually did happen, then they should be free.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean,
That means,
Jose.
excuse me, that
Okay.
means if it actually happened,
Yeah.
they're justified for killing their parents.
No. They have served their time. I told you the other
They have
day.
not served their time. Their
They
time
have
is life in
served a lot
prison.
of time.
Time.
That
And
does
Yeah,
not mean that they have served
served.
their time.
Yeah.
They have
Their
served,
time
okay,
is life
they
in
have
prison.
served time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if they are
Mhm.
going to revisit their case
Okay.
again, I just think that they should just be free.
Why? Why do you think they should just be free? Like, what's your reason? You have to have a reason for
Why? It's
wanting.
been a long time. Like they should be free.
They should be
That is
free
my opinion.
without no reason. I don't think that sounds right.
Well, that would be
You know, there's something she said.
place of the justice system.
Yeah.
Actually look into the new evidence they have just seen now. And then if they find it good enough, or true enough,
Mhm.
then I mean
You know,
if they even actually find it true enough that the boys were actually saying the truth, then they have no reason to keep
there's
them.
something she said that we kind of say these things because we're not wearing the shoes. Imagine we're wearing the shoes. Imagine it was actually, I mean, someone we knew personally, our parents were murdered. Would you just say, I feel like they should be free? Would you say that?
If it was somebody's parents, that is up to the family, and I do not think that should even be free for killing somebody's child or somebody's parents.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think that they should have even been giving the death sentence.
Okay.
Yes.
Moving on to the next question. Jose and Kitty Menendez were successful entrepreneurs, like especially Jose Menendez. He came into America when he was 16. He had nobody. He left his country with nothing. He started working in, I think, a restaurant, washing plates, and all of that. He wanted the best for his kids, in my opinion. And everybody's saying, oh, they deserved what they got. I don't think, I mean, there are flip side to these things, and I would like to know you guys' opinion about that,
I
because
will not
they
say the
wanted the
parents
best.
deserved.
No, they wanted the best, especially Jose Menendez. So many things I saw in this movie. It reminded me of a typical African home. Our parents always want the best for us. They always want to know our grades. They always want to know, what are you doing? They want us to be. I just feel like people have said a lot of things, and I would like to know you guys' opinion on this.
Well, I there's something called toxic parenting.
Toxic parenting.
Yes, toxic
Okay.
parenting. Like, find a middle ground. You cannot be extreme.
Yeah.
You understand? You cannot be
Mm-hmm.
extreme in wanting. Find out what your child wants. I mean, this is somebody that is going to grow up to be his own person, his own man, her own
Yeah.
woman. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Find out what they want. I mean, things are changing. I
Yeah.
cannot speak for the 90s or the
Yeah.
80s or the
Baby
90s.
boomers.
You understand? But things are changing. I think that some parenting are toxic. Find a middle ground. Do not over indulge your child, and do not just over discipline them. Just find a middle ground for things. That's just what I
Okay.
think.
What I think about that is,
Yeah.
from the movie,
Mm-hmm.
looking at the movie from the aspect of the parents are not alive to defend themselves,
Yeah.
and obviously some part of the movie are fiction. They
Mm-hmm.
just added it to
Mm.
like maybe spice things up or whatever. But some parts are obviously story told, maybe
Mm.
from the boys or from their neighbors or relatives. I feel like Jose Menendez wanted the best for his sons. Yes. Because there were some instances where they showed us that they broke into people's homes to steal,
Literally.
and he paid off. He did not just pay off, he was so upset with them, he queried them.
Yeah.
He wanted them to go to the best school.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted them, I mean, I am just judging from where we are coming from, and this is far back. Like, I don't know if, okay, yes, maybe my parents were born then, but they were little children, so I was
Mm-hmm.
not even close to being born in that era. There are some things that are not supposed to be heard,
Yeah.
like nude modeling, which Eric said he wanted to venture into.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you cannot tell me that, especially somebody that is building a successful business like Jose Menendez, like the way they painted him to be, because I do not know him. You cannot tell me that he is supposed to be happy settling for his son to be a nude model. Presently, I would not be happy allowing my child settle for nude modeling.
Yeah.
I may allow him or her based on what she said. It is his or her life at the end of the day,
Yeah.
but does not mean I'm going to accept it. And people in the 80s or 70s or whenever this happened, you do not expect him to settle for it, and he wanted the best for his son. So
Okay.
yes, I would say yes, the parents wanted the best for their sons.
Talking about that scene you said, where they boggled into people's houses, I remember the scene. I remember how Jose Menendez got out of his vehicle. Dirty. He got out of his vehicle, he parked. He was asking, like, do you have anything to say? Do you have anything to say? He's like, I'm sorry, that the guy just he stepped on the brakes, he came down, he cried.
Let us
He
not
had
forget that.
he had I'm sorry, he had the emotions was like all over. I felt I was really connected to them, because imagine this guy, who's this, let me just say, the dancing senator in Nigeria. Imagine we hear that his son goes into somebody's house to
And
just and
steals.
steals. Do you know, like, it's just it's and this is a man that was, I don't know, I think Beverly Hills, he had this standard. He had to move out of that vicinity just because of that. He wanted the best for his son.
Cannot deny that he actually wanted the best for his children.
Exactly.
But sometimes I think that the way we handle things, or the way
Mm-hmm.
parents handle things, like, extremely, still in the that one is too disgraceful. I feel
Okay.
it's too disgraceful. Like you cannot even walk along the street and people be there, your children stole you. You know that is too
Yeah.
shameful. You understand? I
Mm-hmm.
understand that part, but I don't
Now
know.
let me chip in
And also, let's
something.
not forget that the
Yeah.
story, the brothers came out to say that Monsters, the movie, the producer, most of the things he, displayed in that movie, they were not true.
He said maybe the way the parents handled things and all of that. I mean, we all know the way some rich kids are
Mm-hmm.
prideful. They
Yeah.
just feel like they have it all. They can do whatever they want to do.
Oh, yeah.
We see things, I think this is the era of social media, and we see a lot of things on social media. There are some children that their parents cannot talk to. There are some children that you have to be really, really strict with.
Yeah.
There are some children that you have to talk to calmly for them to understand. I remember when they broke into people's houses, their father paid, settled off, and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
When he was talking to them, I am still picturing, like I said, this is also a fictional movie in a way, even if it's kind of a true
True
life
life
story.
story.
But I want to believe that they acted it as best as the story was told from people that knew the story. I remember how Lyle, which is the elder brother, looked. He looked like what a hair. I mean, yes, we stole. You can pay it off. This is what you're meant for. This is why you're here. This is why you have the money. He
Mm-hmm.
wasn't sorry. Even when the father asked them, what do you have to say? The younger one said, Dad, we are really sorry. He said, no, that's not what he wants to hear. He asked Eric, I mean, nonchalantly was like, I mean, okay, yes, thank you for bailing us out of the
Yeah.
police. Very
They
prideful.
had it
So
all.
sometimes, I'm not saying always, when a parent is so strict with the child, maybe the parent, I mean, we're not living with the parent. So maybe, just maybe, the parent knows the reason why he or she is going through that route.
Yeah.
I mean, even the Bible tells us, spare the rod and spoil the child.
As it
But it
should
has
be.
to come from the ground, not when a child's already 19 and that's when you're trying to train the
I
child. It will
mean,
not
19
work.
is big of an age to start policing them
Yes, it
over.
will not
Yeah.
work. So if maybe if they had started from the young age, just maybe.
Yeah.
But another thing is that the boys told us that all of this, the father tried to groom them from when they were small.
Yeah.
Like this playing of tennis, making sure that they go to the best schools, making sure that they're business inclined, politics inclined. He tried to groom them from when they were small. So maybe they just decided not to take the training, which we both know, we all know, even everybody watching this video, that there are some children that just decide not to get trained.
Exactly. Yeah. Talking about the molesting aspect, I want to say this, right. I know no reason for their dad to have actually molested them, but this molestation started off from Jose's mother. His mother was molested. Jose was molested. Jose molested his son. His son molested his brother. It was just like
The
that.
circle.
You understand? It was in circle, and the mom knew about this. She was even helping them to lock the door. When she notices the dad is on it again, she locks the door. I'm like, so how does this play in? Like, I think that molestation excuse was enough for their lawyers to use as an evidence.
Evidence.
Like,
It would have given them a lighter sentence. By
oh,
now, they would have been out.
yeah,
That was just the point. They have killed their parents. Is that they have killed? They were not
exactly.
denying that,
Mm-hmm.
but that was to give them to to you know
Reduce their sentencing.
reduce their sentence.
Yeah,
Speak to the
Change
jury.
their
By now they would have
crime.
been out. Because that wouldn't have been capital murder. It would have been manslaughter. You
oh,
understand?
yeah,
That would have just been a lighter sentence,
yeah,
not
true.
this one.
So, in my opinion, the molestation came in last. That was the last bit. I am not saying their parents did not molest them. I'm just saying I do not entirely believe it.
Okay.
Because I'm
But they
still
showed us they
saying,
showed us clips. They showed
what
us
clip?
they showed us clips of the dad funding them, massaging them, everything he did. So how, like,
That
why
is
don't
what
you,
I am still
yeah,
saying. At the end of the day, this movie is still fiction. Just that it is a true life story.
okay.
We do not really know what happened. Now, this is just a one-sided story. This is judging based on what the brothers are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is going to speak for the dead, which is their
Exactly.
parents. And in court, when they said, okay, present evidence that your parents molested you, they brought only one picture of Eric sitting on his father's lap. I mean, Who did not sit on their father's lap
Didn't
growing
you?
up?
Okay. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this.
Okay.
You know, they were tried 2 times.
Okay.
The first time they used the sexual assault,
Assault.
whatever, and at their retrial, the court did not want to hear of that.
Yes.
The court did not want to hear that. And I want to say that in that time, people did not really believe that boys could be abused.
Oh, okay.
Yes, people did not. If the boys were girls, I don't think they would have listened to them very well.
Exactly.
You understand? It's now that people are now trying to believe that boys can be abused. In fact,
Yes.
boys are really even very abused as
Yes,
much as girls.
I
Well,
agree
yeah.
with that. But
So no, so I think that the court did not really do them well by not accepting that as that sexual
Also,
abuse
yeah.
thing in the retrial.
do not exactly believe that the children molested their dad. But the dad molested their children. But if it happened, that should have been the forefront.
I mean, they spoke to their therapist and they said some things.
Yeah.
And then yes, they spoke to their therapist.
Yeah.
They-
Which of the therapists?
Ozay, is it Ozay? or
They did
something?
not tell the therapist anything about
They
their dad
told-
molesting them.
they spoke. No, remember that they were still talking to the therapist before like they were not done talking to the therapist before they were caught.
Yeah.
So they were building.
No, Lie actually told the therapist this would be their last session.
Listen, from what I read online, they
Mhm.
were not exactly done with the therapist before they were caught, before that happened.
Yeah.
And I do not want to rule out the possibility that they were molested, because it can happen.
Sure.
It can happen.
Of course.
Let's not forget that one of the brothers, I've forgotten which, he said my dad is a good person.
That
He
was
might have
Lie.
been that he did not want to
Yeah.
actually dent his dad's image.
Yeah, that was Lie.
Did you get, before they found out that they had no other thing, they just had to say why? Because what are the reasons? Why did you kill your parents? Would it be for money?
Yeah.
Very possible.
Yeah, possible. Remember,
Because they said
yeah,
dodging
money.
I mean, this is
You saw it,
2
right?
days after their parents' death.
You saw it, right?
I
When
mean, come on.
I don't
There are
understand.
so
It
many
was,
reasons to kill people, and money is mostly
yeah.
Yes,
At
money
the
is
top.
Huge at the top, because I mean, I saw, I was like, what? You just lost your parents. How can you be splurging all of
in the
this?
70s,
Okay,
right?
but
The 80s, and they spent over $700,000 on
They
Rolex
claimed they took
alone.
therapy.
no, I mean, there are cases about to be retried. What do you think their judgment should be?
I really do think they deserve that chance if
Mhm.
there are new evidence,
Okay.
And I really think that, I mean, if the evidence collaborates with what they have been claiming,
Yeah.
they should be out.
Wow.
Well, in my opinion, I think they killed their parents, their blood. Nobody felt the pain as much as they did. So I believe they've served time enough for that. So they should be out. I think if they mistried their case, they should come out.
Two things I can't deny in the whole of this conversation. Jose and Kitty Menendez actually loved their children. They wanted the best for them. And the second thing I feel like is not debatable, in my opinion, is the fact that Lyle and Erik Menendez actually loved their parents as well. I genuinely enjoyed this Q&A. I hope you did. I have a different perspective about this true life story or movie, whatever it is. And I'd like to know, do you guys think Erik and Lyle Menendez case should be retried? Should they be out of prison? Do you think killing their parents justified? Let me know in the comment section. If you want to see this movie on Netflix, the movie is Monsters, the Erik and Lyle Menendez story. Hope you guys come back to give your honest opinion on this.
We would really need your comments.
Exactly.
We would really need your comments.
Because I'm sure after this
You have a lot of things to say.
exactly. Thank you so much for watching this video to this very moment. See you in my next episode. Don't forget to be yourself. Like and share this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you so much. Bye. Mwah.